Hello, everybody. This is Charles Anderson. I'm just a guy from Goodwill, Oklahoma, and I've got a really great game idea. It is September 8th, and I'm getting ready to go back into my code for the B2XNA project that I'm doing for as one of my tools for my game Ityog. And one of the things I found the source code for the latest version of Blender stable, and of course the latest version of Blender stable is right there, so I can just have my artist to install the latest greatest of that, and I'll have the files to understand what I want. And one of the things is BMesh. I totally understand this stuff. You have your vertices. One of the things that we forget in triangle strips in XNA sometimes is that you can declare as an intermediary step edges. And of course, this is just a line from vertices 1 to vertices 2, and then you can sort through your vertices and make sure that your edges are in order, clockwise, counterclockwise, and if it's counterclockwise, then you just reverse it, and get it going the right way. Well, I say clockwise and counterclockwise, or reverse. In other words, if the direction's wrong for the surface normal that you're trying to figure out for, yeah. And then after you get, and you can do this primitive by primitive, and then you can find out what edges are in common for these primitives. Well, they're called BM faces, so mesh faces. You can find what edges are in common, and then just order your list by the edges if needed. It's not really necessary, because really, once you have your triangle in XNA, bang, there you are. Now they have what are called quads. After the triangles, XNA does triangles. Okay, so they have here's the check for that it's a triangle. Here's a check if it's the vertex list. Yeah, verts and the length. If it's a quad, and then you just stop, and in the middle of a quad, here's the quad code. You just stop. Throw in that quad, that extra line, but you don't need a. You do not need an extra point in there. Now, for n-gons, what they call n-gons, which are multiple faced polygons of n value, yeah, n-gon, from an unordered list of edges. Now, because the code that they use here is for unordered list of edges, if it's in order, you got to go ahead and swap one of them. And that way the code doesn't go through and start looping saying, I can't find any that are out of order. So you intentionally just swap two of them arbitrarily and then sort from there. So just in case they're all just happen to be in order, you have to mess it up so that you can correct it and get out of the loop. Isn't that hilarious? Sometimes that's so true in programming. So anyway, yeah, and that orders it in the correct winding order. Of course, my code would throw a point in the middle of the n-gon and then draw triangles from that. So yeah, that would be the most efficient way to do that. So yeah, I've got headers. I've got pretty much just how they do it. It's right there in code. I can read C, and so I can read C++. That's one of the great things about going out there and just arbitrarily learning languages and just being interested in something. Makes it, when you have to do something, easier. Like, oh, and this is just a super fun aside. One of my experiments, I guess I just called it exuded. And one of the things that this does is that, yes, I know you're not responding. It takes you a while to compile. Yeesh. It's just rebuilding my resources, I'm thinking. Unless I don't have enough RAM to run this. I have a very low. And I'm running B. Yeah, two Visual Studios running at the same time. No, they're not dueling banjos at all. uh, well, yeah, come on. I know. You're working. You're chugging along. Cat, chew, get. No, don't chew on wires. Computer wires. Sometimes I swear this cat, Chess, is light gray tabby. She acts cute, but she's oh Oh wait, here it comes. Here it comes. There it is. All right. So yeah, I've got it to where I have like a simple arc ball camera. That one was inspired by one of Sean's blogs because hey, this is a good way to just look at a model. And so I just have one face of a block because I was like, hey, can we do like the blocks that Minecraft has? Oh, and this hole in the middle. Yeah, that's where I just thought I'd check out some transparency options, and so it looks like a little caterpillar's eating around the block or something. It would be great for doing things like glass. Although I would work on the UV mapper, as I called it, .fx, to make it to where like this is clipped, and Alpha Blend looks kind of dorky, so that's just where I had it at when I last picked up this experiment. But yeah, it's shaded. The light is actually from this model. The light is actually shining on it from like right here. Okay, and so then as you go around the model, you'll see actually the shadows and shading from the surface normals along the edge there. So, oh, and this is mip mapped, so as you zoom out, it goes to the more efficient rendering. And, well, there you go. You can see it kind of, well, here, let me zoom in. There we go. But you can see it distorting the resolution and then just doing a lerp, on the rendering side. So, anyway, I'm going to just close that toy. But that actually takes a while to, stop. So I'll just go ahead and stop here. All right, later all.